Hey, hello, and welcome back to Dice Dropping Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. Hi, House Weirlight.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, narrator.
Hello. So last time we left off, we saw everybody. A scandal had possibly is in the works that Ashella Ashford and Henrik Weirlight are possibly courting for marriage. This is dangerous news, as Henrik knows the reason why someone might think that was because Henrik has kissed Ashella.
And it could be for a lot of reasons, but sure, let's go with that one. It seems most obvious.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why Henrik might believe that. Which could be very dangerous, the implications, long-lasting and short-term. So it seems that Our Lady Vivian is beginning to try and get ahead out of it and begin to inform the staff and others about this new development, seemingly mobilizing the house troops. However, as we see Vivian back at the grand hall of Theolden Hall, the original, the sort of new hall. The old hall is sort of being kept as a receiving place, but since the new hall was built, this is a thing of grand, one might say pomposity, but
No.
One might.
one might.
There's orchestra balconies up above. It's strategic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Like any good Reach house, there is tasteful ivy and other things growing. It has, of course, been gilded for the event in many different soaring jewels. But
What, the ivy?
yes,
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's gold. There's
If I
gold
haven't-
dust.
if I haven't- if I haven't been clear enough, the Reach is France. The Reach is France. They literally just killed birds with gold and then drowned them in brandy and then cooked them and served them. Like we're in France.
Just gonna
So
go out and
We skip
spray
past
paint.
the scene where we all got a bath with crushed strawberries, but it's in there for sure.
it's there, right? Yeah, it's 100% a thing.
Floating exotic
so-
fruits, yes.
Mm-hmm. We see Vivian and Henrik begin to have to sort of move to their respective areas. Vivian off to talk to her husband and, of course, her steward. And then, of course, Henrik off to speak to his sister. However, what I think we're going to actually go to Naimora, who you're sort of kind of in the back of the hall. You danced with Jaren for a bit, and you've kind of been talking to some other people, and you have, for a brief moment, sort of allowed yourself to perhaps even enjoy yourself to the greatest degree you could here.
This is what it's like. This is what it's like to be rich.
Yes. It's
One night
funny
you can
because
pretend.
yeah, it's true. I mean, you've been, especially now as a knight, you've have loyalty stipends and sworn service and a lot of stuff. You've definitely made it. However, I believe I think you would notice this. Let's see here.
My awareness is not the best.
Oh,
I
I know.
will say.
I know, but I think
So this is obvious.
no. The point is, you would probably be not be paying attention to things a lot of other people would be paying attention to. I think is the point.
I see.
And so that you have definitely noticed most of the servants aren't here really anymore. Most were about, but it seems like everyone's kind of got something. There are a few kind of in the back, but the revelry has sort of engaged, and you only really find this sort of partying really in the Reach At least this is where it's more open, of
Mhm.
just like lavish sexual dalliances. I mean, it's less scandalous because it's mostly between like married couples, but it's things happen. Yeah.
It's like your mom smacking your dad on the ass while he's watching pictures.
It's
sort of
all
thing.
consensual. All of
Except
it.
it's the reach, so it's like tossed off.
It's just in front. It's just like in front of everybody,
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the servants aren't here, and they're probably probably off enjoying themselves somewhere. It's kind of at that point where that's all right. Only like certain people's attendants are essentially present, which has definitely made you a little confused. Why in the back windows you definitely swore you noticed several figures running at full speed past a window.
Like in a specific direction?
Um,
Or just like,
yeah, just past, and it was several, and like servants hurrying is pretty normal for events like this, but at this point in the night, and you're not really seeing anyone, and no one's really making a lot of requests. Everything's sort of here. That just
and also running at full speed is
running at full speed.
weird. Okay. I'm going to make apologies to whoever I was talking to, if any.
Yeah. You were talking to was it Lord Cockrice, who is the sworn knight of Mace Tyrell.
Excellent. I have no idea who he is other than that he's here.
You've met him before, actually, but yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just excuse me. I just have to go and duty calls.
Yes, he nods. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Can I go over to that window? Is it openable?
Yeah. I mean, it's it's like a castle window, so it's not like there's no
openable.
There's not glass on this one. It's just open.
Oh, okay. Just stick my head out and look both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you make me a awareness notice test?
My garbage awareness. That's a 5.
5.
It's dark.
You don't see anything.
It's getting dark.
That was weird though. You haven't definitely you don't see anyone now, but that was weird.
Is the window just big enough for me to just climb out?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna climb out the window.
Okay, yeah, you do so.
My party.
You're on the walkway that's like around the outside. You could have actually just gone to the right and gone out the door, but
oh well, never mind. This is faster.
Want to be cool and go out the window.
You've been drinking.
What fun would it be? I have been drinking. Yes. If I look to the left and I look to the right, like which is like. Where does the walkway lead? So like there's one, the nearest door is back into the party.
Yeah.
And then what's the one that's like further along the other way? Like the direction I saw them going.
Well, so you saw them going actually to the right, which would be where you would have to go to the door.
Okay.
But it also leads past that and around the hall, essentially.
Okay. I'm just gonna start walking that way.
Sure.
Just to do a lap around the hall.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So you sort of lap. You kind of pass at one point some drunk party goers. They're doing stuff.
Are there any of them that are like not engaged in just outright fucking?
No.
Cool.
At least to some degree. They're helping in many ways.
The communal thing,
They're helping.
Yeah.
They're helping.
Okay.
Like someone's applying snuff to a lady's bodice, and like it's all good.
The celebrated pastime.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Yeah, you sort of move past them. And you do notice something a little off because the peacocks who are still around.
No one's caught him.
Yeah, no. A lot of them just start like running from this one direction, kind of over to kind of where you guys are, and then they just kind of pitter patter and then stop just a bit in front of you, and then just like go back to doing peacock shit.
All right, I'm gonna go in that direction because birds run away from things that startle them. So like
Okay.
they're probably used to the party goers at this point as much as peacocks are.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go over in that direction.
Excellent. You head over in that direction. It's kind of around a place that like a lot of people don't really walk or hang out near. Like you could go to the stables this way, but there's like an actual path that goes to the stables that most people take because ground is yucky.
This is a back alley, and I'm about to be shanked.
I mean, it's not really an alley; it's pretty fucking open. But yeah, and there's just basically like the castle towers and wall and stuff are over here mostly. Not even really any windows.
Look up the walls.
All right, awareness notice. Okay. If you want to, before you roll, apply any of your destiny dice or anything like that. Sometimes there's
I will because I have 2, so that gives me an extra
bonus dice.
Yeah. Okay. So that is. I'm just gonna click awareness and then roll an extra die because I don't have notice. 7. Okay. Never mind. 7.
I mean, you can just go in and like add a bonus dice when you roll too. But yeah, so yeah, I mean that doesn't.
Oh, okay. It's just the text box. I'm done.
Yeah,
done.
You're not done. It's fine. It's a weird character sheet. This is a weird system. Yeah. So 7. You don't see anything, and it's dark, right? I don't believe you have night eyes, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah. But you swore you saw something on the wall, like kind of go like that. You don't
pulling up like a rope or something.
Maybe you're really not sure. There was like some movement in the darkness, and you don't see anything. You definitely don't hear anything. It's just like, yeah.
Okay. This side of the, like, do I know what's on the immediate like other side of that wall? Like, what's the nearest exit from like that part of the roof?
It'd be one of the like many towers in Gilden Hall. There are some like apartments on that side.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back. I need to find Jean. I need to find Jean, and I need to find other senior guards.
Sure, absolutely. You can find Jean and some of the guards pretty like Jean. Hold on. There's I mean, you kind of know a bit about a sort of party for servants in the topiary maze. So maybe they're there.
Yeah, like, are there any of our like personal guards who are still on watch? Like this.
Most of them for this. A lot of them were given like Jean particularly. Like he's probably drunk right now because he's not on duty.
Cool.
But and others, most of them were kind of just given, at least the personal people know, are kind of were given more privilege. There are just patrol guards. I don't know if you know their name. Those are more like Nero's guys than anyone's, because he's the castle and he's in charge of the defense of the house.
Okay. So if I can find just whoever is nearest who is patrolling.
Oh yeah, that's really easy. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. You can go over and you find a pair of patrolmen. You
Yeah.
don't know them, but there they are.
Yeah, like jog up to them and just without like preamble, just but you need to tell everybody to keep a aware eye out. I think I might have just seen someone climbing over the walls.
Should we send an alert?
I don't know. It was dark, and I saw something that might have been a rope, and I saw people running across the window, which is odd this late at night. So
one of them
don't know
goes like, well, maybe it's like, I mean, it's, and just kind of like, it's probably fine.
yeah, it probably is, but
it's
better to
probably
be safe
fine.
than sorry.
Yeah, one looks like a little like he maybe wants to say something, but the other is like, it's fine.
All right. All I'm saying, all I'm asking is just keep an eye out and spread work with whoever you see else who's on patrol. All right.
Okay. The other guard who looks over is like, right, but maybe we should like, no, it's fine. They're just late. It's fine. And they just like, of course, ma'am, and they begin to walk away from you.
What's fine?
It goes, and like, kind of like looks kind of like, what the fuck, dude, at the guy who mentioned. And he just like looks nervous. He's younger.
Why are you making this harder, Dan?
Yeah.
God, Trevor. Gosh.
He's just like, we were supposed to pass another patrol unit like 5 minutes ago, and we haven't. And he goes, they're probably just getting drunk. Most of them are.
And if you find them drunk, then I want you to have them to report directly to Nestor for a subsequent docking of pay. However,
and he's the other dude's like staring at the new guy. He's like,
however, if you find them dead, come and find me.
Yeah, they look at each other and they look at you and they nod, and they continue on their patrol.
Okay. Go spread word. I'm going to go and find. I should probably find or not Nestor. Sorry, Nero.
Nero, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably find Nero. Nestor.
Yeah. So
name.
Yeah. So you go into the Great Hall. It's very easy to find Nero.
Yeah.
Because
right.
Nero is in still his he's like in his finery uniform, still wearing dark colors. He's got a fuck off massive eye patch. However, this time the eye patch has like a decal of the Weirlight symbol.
Uh-huh. Oh,
that's
badass. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And he is standing, nodding and talking respectfully, but that man looks as sober as a nun.
Thank God. All right. So I'm just gonna jog up to him and just put a hand on his shoulder.
He turns and he goes, Sir Naimora.
I need you to spread as much word as you can among your men. One of your patrols is missing around the perimeter, and I think I just saw someone climbing up the wall.
He raises his good eyebrow. And he goes, a patrol missing. I think, well, I'll wake some louts up. Do you believe we should alert the Lord and Lady? As he looks over at Tidrick, who is standing talking, and he's doing the one eye at a time blink thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
No, I don't think that as skilled as my Lord Tidrick is, I think right now that he is drunk. But it might be worth telling the children.
He looks really confused at that statement.
They need to be gotten to place.
Children.
My lady Mariella and my Lord Henrik.
Well, they're not children. That's the point of this entire celebration. And if you refer to them as children in public, that could be very bad.
It has been literally a day. Give me a time to adjust.
He nods.
I understand. But it might be worth telling them because I believe that neither of them have been drinking and they should be gotten to safety.
Well, I know for a very much fact that neither of those things are true.
Excellent.
They
Good,
seem
good.
very distracted and have been drinking.
All right.
Samariella,
Wraith.
like Goblet, as you're talking.
I just raise my eyebrows at him and it's just like, defend the heirs.
Like,
Sure.
he kind of looks at you. He goes, "Is that not your duty?"
I am going to go and find whoever went up over the tower.
Very well. I'll go wake up some extra men. He moves immediately, knowing, and I think both you and Nero know that, like, to make a ruckus right now could be very bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm not pulling anybody else.
You're keeping chill. You're keeping calm. Because you, So you're going to go where, Memora?
Well, so first, because Nero doesn't seem to think that it is an issue, but I am going to just weave through the crowd to find Henrik and Mariella.
So I will say, unfortunately, they were going to be a bit busy at this moment. For yes, as it does seem that to get to them without alerting anyone's attention is at this moment going to be impossible. They are incredibly thickly surrounded by people. Now, you can very much get to them. It's not an issue. But excusing them to go talk to something will definitely make people notice, essentially.
Would I be able to at least get next to Henrik to say something in his ear?
That would probably be easier than getting next to Mariella and doing it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with those minigames where you bob and weave through a crowd, being like, "Give me an edge."
Yes, it very much could.
Okay.
If you want to, you do. As you come upon Henrik, though, I will say, he looks incredibly distracted by something.
All right.
Constantly looking over at Mariella and then like a couple other people in the room.
He's like, looks like he's talking his way over.
Right.
It looks like a sense of urgency on his face, I will say.
As I have just been reminded, he is no longer a child. He is a grown man, and so I will give him my words and let him decide what he does with them.
Okay.
So I will just sort of weave my way up next to him and bend down a little so that I can just say into his ears, "Stay close to your sister tonight." Okay.
Henrik, you hear Nymora say that to you.
Okay. Well, it's Nymora. Oh gosh. Okay. Do I see her? She's right next to me, right? I was like,
yeah, she's right there. She just whispered that into your ear.
This nod. Nymora, is everything okay?
It's fine. Just stay close to Lady Mariana, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to go up to that that tower.
Until know everything is not fine, and go deal with that. Okay.
All right, Nymora, you race up to so that there's apartments up there. There are several apartments, often used for visiting people.
I don't break into a run until I'm like out of sight of everybody.
Sure. So you kind of get up. If you want to know where you think that balcony might go to, you can make a cunning test.
Okay.
Because you are kind of remembering, like, God, there are a lot of places in this giant fucking castle that you just don't often go.
Right. There's no argument for survival.
No.
With orientation.
No,
Okay.
I would say no here. No, survival is
That's fair.
specifically like the wilderness, and then I can also see for like deep city. This is your house, and you're trying to
It's a
remember.
building.
You're trying to remember. Okay, there's a balcony there, and this is
That's
which
fair.
indication? Where would that be? You're looking
That's fair.
from a distance, looking at the upstairs window of your house, and going, "What room is that?" That's more cunning
8.
memory. 8. Unfortunately. Is TN9.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you're just like, there was. I think it goes somewhere, kind of important, but you're not sure, so you're not entirely sure where to go. You know the part of the house. It's a wing, and unfortunately but it's a wing, so it's rather big. It's also pretty high up. You're going up several flights of stairs. I'm guessing you're using like the servant stairs.
Probably. If
Yeah,
anyone was going to be sneaking around inside,
It's a lot quicker. The guests have to go to like several different sets of stairs. The servants, it's just one set of stairs going
long
completely
flight.
up. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just not as pretty. So yeah, you are running up. You think you have a rough idea of what floor.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're up here, and it is quiet.
Okay.
It's pretty quiet.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You see a hall, like 2 hallways going left and right before you. The apartments are down the left hallway. The right hallway kind of is more of just like a place you need to walk through to get to a different wing, essentially.
Okay. God. Just start like sort of listening in at apartments, I guess.
You want to try? You want to try and hear something? Yeah, absolutely.
My
Yeah.
terrible awareness.
Yeah. Make an awareness test, please.
8 again.
You don't hear anything.
Mhm.
Not really. I mean, there's still some noises from downstairs, music, it lifts up, but you're not at this distance. You're not really hearing. I mean, you don't even hear people talking really at this point anymore from downstairs. You just hear like the music and stuff, but yeah, you don't really hear a ton. And I'm guessing you're walking down the hallway as this is happening. Yeah.
Are the apartments occupied?
I mean, currently they definitely would be
Okay.
because of the party, right? But you do remember there is something about this, like the family has their own apartments, right? And it's not this wing, but you do recall there is something about this apartment wing that might be important, but you're not remembering because it's so outside of what is important and what is necessary for your job that you're just you're like, I feel like this is a thing, but it's never been my fucking business and it never mattered. So you know there's something over here.
Fuck, there's like some secret like slide that goes down to the first floor, or an elevator, or a secret door, or some bullshit like this that all these castles already have. Some nonsense noble fuckery shit.
There's only mirrors.
That's the fuck room.
No, it's not the fuck room.
Okay. Oh Christ. Okay. Is there's multiple ways down from this way, isn't there?
Well, from this thing, there's the staircase you just did, but really the only other way out there is a single kind of large staircase that kind of comes down to the next level from here.
Okay.
So technically there's only 2 ways out of this floor.
Okay. So I just came up the stairs, so I didn't meet anyone going down the servant stairs. So I'm going to go keep an eye on the main stairs.
Okay. You go over to where the main stairs are. You don't see anyone. And something about that has triggered something in your brain.
Okay. Thank you for giving poor dumb Mimora.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the staircase to the guest section of apartments. There should be guards here.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
But you don't see guards here.
Cool.
You don't see bodies, but you don't see guards.
Cool. Are there like closets that are big enough to stuff a body into around here?
You know, there are actually just over to the bit. There's this massive armoire and buffet area. That I mean, it could. Do you want to go look in it?
All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go and open some doors.
Yeah. So you go over to like this big chest. It's like a buffet,
Mhm.
and you just and you notice there's nothing on top of it.
Mhm.
And that immediately goes, that's wrong. There's always stuff on top of everything in this goddamn castle.
There's just so much stuff in this.
And if you open it, yes, there is a guard in it.
Cool. Is he dead?
Would you like to check?
Yeah. I'll put a finger up to his pulse. See if I can feel anything. Medicine is under. What now?
Knowledge?
Is it knowledge?
Healing? I'm dumb. It's healing, isn't it? Yeah.
Healing. Ha.
Oh, 9.
TN 9.
Absolutely. You put your hands like down and you feel it. Yes, they are alive. There's no blood in here.
It's knocked out.
All right. This man can stay in his trunk.
Okay.
I think at this point it is valid to sound an alarm.
Okay.
I am so I guess the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fuck, if Tedric is down there, then he can take care of himself even if he's drunk. So including all of the other party goers, he can probably defend them as well. But if there's anybody up here in the apartments, then they are undefended. So I'm going to go and start knocking on doors.
Okay, so this is just a random question that obviously won't mean anything in the grander scheme of things.
I see.
But do you turn left or right when you leave this body?
So to the left.
You came from the left.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
I'd probably turn right then because there
Okay.
wasn't anything to the left.
Cool. You turn right and begin to run down that way, and could you just make a notice test? It's not high. 6. Yeah, that does it. You around the corner that you were about to run past, you see a man completely covered in black with his face covered in pitch pop around the corner to look and sees you and pulls the fuck back very quickly.
Hey! I start hollering.
You immediately hear footsteps.
I'm chasing him.
All right.
Fuck, motherfucker. My goddamn household coming to my lord's party, ruin my
house.
ruin my Lord Henriksen.
My house.
All right. Can you make I think it's
It's
endurance running test. But actually, hold on. I think we're gonna go. Actually, make an agility quickness test because it's not about outpace. It's not about keeping it together. It's just about getting there quick enough.
Yeah. So just agility. 14.
Ooh.
Oh God. Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you have
I'm
quickness?
fast. I don't have quickness. No, I just have
That's
dodge.
still really good though.
That's so great. Yeah, you just slide and move around the corner, and you see down this hallway this guy moving, and he turns, realizing you saw him. He's wearing essentially
High knees. Let's go.
he's wearing just a lot of dark clothing. It's mostly back. It's all kind of you see lots of knots tied in the fabric to keep it close and tight and not loose.
I'm quiet.
There's
Okay.
a like a cloth mask that comes up and covers the top half of his face. The rest of the half looks like he was painted with pitch. And however, this guy is also definitely bald. He has like no hair because the rest is all pitch. You can tell because there's just some like whites around his eyes. However, I will say with your 2 rolls that have been enough, you do notice immediately something recognizable about this person. Not because you like, oh, I know who this is, just like something that could identify them. Is their left eye is pure white. And when they turn and see you, they immediately flick their hand towards you.
Oh, cool. Can whatever they are throwing at me, I don't want it to hit me.
Yes, I assumed that.
I do have dodge as an ability. Would that apply at all?
So
Okay.
sort of. At this moment, he's sort of just flipping out. Later, during this encounter, you can say, "I'm running after him, but I'm preparing dodge." You can say that. It's a sort of thing. So right now, no. But he's gonna, he gonna
try and knife me.
He gonna try and knife you.
I told you that I was gonna end this shanked somehow, and you know what? I'm a prophet.
You're a prophet.
I am.
Yep, understood. 12. I don't think that
12
hits.
12 is my combat defense.
Oh, it is. Okay, so it does hit you. Just barely. But I don't think it's gonna get through your armor.
I don't think with that many ones, no.
Because what is your armor?
My armor rating is 3.
It's 3, right? Yeah. No. No, he doesn't get through. So it's
knife is just sticking out of my breastplate.
I think you put your arm up and it just is embedded into your like leather bracer essentially, and sort of cuts in. Now it doesn't deal any damage, so I don't think the poison it has on it will apply.
Okay. I am fucking Wonder Woman. Incredible.
A little bit. He definitely he then says Shasa. But you recognize the slur. It's a Dornish.
So's your mother.
It's a Dornish slur.
Yeah. So's your mother. Come on, big boy, let's dance. I'm gonna try and fucking tackle him.
You want to tackle him? Go for it.
Would this just be athletics?
Yes, this would 100% be that. I believe. Yes. Grappling if you have it.
God damn it, that's garbage. Can I spend a destiny point to re-roll? No, I have to say it before, don't I?
No, that's okay. We kind of have house ruled it. So yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like before Tony reveals the result, I think
is generally what we do.
There's too many ones for me to feel comfortable with that in any capacity. All right. Guys, if I die this episode, I die. I don't have any destiny points left.
Well, spending a destiny point to re-roll doesn't burn them away, so you'll save yourself.
Yeah. No, I can still burn one if I need to, but I mean...
No. Wow, that's awesome. So he's going to try and resist it. It will be very difficult for him. Very difficult. So here we go. Nope. You have in fact pinned him. You have not only tackled him, you grabbed him, rolled with him, and then folded his arms behind him, and his face is now pinned to the ground, and he is fully immobile.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to yank his stupid mask down, and I'm going to make sure that he doesn't have any hidden blades or any shit under his tongue or anything like Alley Cat was doing.
Absolutely. You shove his mask down. You don't see any blades in his mouth. However, you do see an incredibly detailed face tattoo of snakes coming out of his mouth.
Oh, beautiful. Does that mean anything to me from when I was in Dorne?
Actually, it might. That's a good point. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, I think it would be knowledge. I think it's just knowledge. Yep, knowledge.
I am average.
Knowledge or cunning, your choice.
It's the same either way, so it's like I don't.
For weird tattoo. It's
Yeah. There's probably something about it that's significant, but I am not a student of history, so. All right, if I'm gonna make sure that he doesn't have any knives or poison or hidden spring-loaded gun
You want
in
to
his
start
mouth or on his person.
You want to
Yes.
start searching him? Yeah. So I'm gonna say he's thoroughly pinned. I'm gonna say you can start searching him. Yeah, you literally like throw his sleeves down and he just has like bandoliers of like knives, essentially. All the way up. He has so many throwing knives on him. He's very good at it. But he for sure has a poison on him. It's the kind that you coat in on a blade.
All right.
It's an injury poison, as it were. But no like slipping drinking poisons or anything like that. But yeah, that's it. But you do notice a severe lack of climbing equipment on this guy.
All right. Poison's mine now. All weapons kicked away, thrown away. Goodbye, weapons.
Yes.
Just pin him to the ground and put a hand around his throat. Where is your partner?
He smiles a really fucked up kind of almost manic smile. He's like and he just like opens his mouth and sticks his tongue out at you, which is forked.
You be careful, sir, or I am going to take that out of your head. Where is your partner? Who are you here for?
He smiles really widely. And did you say you want to search his mouth?
Yeah, I said before I wanted to search his mouth specifically.
Okay, his mouth. Okay. All right. I'm definitely make you make a roll for the mouth. Because if there was a blade in there, you'd find it really fast. But there's not a blade in there.
Okay.
This is gonna be just make a awareness test.
Okay. 7.
7. Is that enough? No.
If I stick my hand in there?
Yeah. I'm assuming your hand is fully stuck. Unfortunately, 7 is not enough. And you move around and you're like, okay, there's nothing in there. You then see him like kind of bite
down
and move, and you see his mouth beginning to foam, and he still has that elated expression on himself, on his face.
Motherfucker, poison. All right.
And then he spits it at you.
Cool.
I don't know how well this is going to go for him, but
he's going to have to get it into my mouth, I think. So like
he's not aiming for your mouth. He's aiming for
my eye.
Yeah, he's aiming for your eyes. This might not be super great for him. So this is going to be there's actually rules for this, which is hilarious. Spitting cobra venom. Okay, weird. Sure. Okay, let's
make a grapple test versus your opponent's eyeball.
No, I mean it makes sense, but it's just not how I pictured it in my head of what.
No,
I thought it would be like athletics or agility, but it's not. It's weird. But here we go.
Strength. Is it strength?
No, it's
marksmanship. Okay.
Wow.
Is this versus my combat defense or?
So this would be, hold on. Yes, but in order to get it into your eyes, he has to have 2 degrees of success.
Okay.
Which I believe he does not.
I'd see 12.
Cool. So he would have to get a 17. So instead, he spits poison onto your face, which you quickly wipe away. And then his head falls to the side, and then he just starts like vomiting blood.
Cool. I'm not smart enough to be able to save him. I'm gonna just grab his body and I am going to head downstairs. Everybody should leave right now.
You're gonna drag this guy downstairs?
Okay. No, hang on. I'm smarter than this. Yeah, so I stop whispering. Stop it. I'm gonna make my own decision. Okay, so I am going to go and I am going to get the unconscious guard out of the chest.
Sure.
And I am going to put him outside and I'm going to put this body in the chest. Because I'm going to know where it is.
Sure.
Cool. All right. And then I need to go and sound an alarm. Everybody needs to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So that's going to take a bit, right?
Mm.
So as you run back, you get the guard out of the chest, you put him on the side. There is some like blood coming from the top of his head.
Oh, okay.
You go back. You go to the corpse of the assassin. And
I would have just brought it with me.
You would have just brought it with you? Awesome. So it's a bit of backtracking, but yeah, you do it. As you do it, you open the chest, you heft him up, you put him inside, you shut the chest. You then immediately see to your left, coming around the hallway, 2 more of those guys in black.
Cool.
And then to your right, coming around the corner, you see 4 more. One of them is holding something very small.
Okay.
And very vague.
Very small and very vague. Gotcha. Like small like a child?
It would be smaller than just like a child.
Okay, like an object, this is not a living creature.
Oh, it could be alive, but it would have to be very small.
Okay. Fuck.
Like I'm saying, like it's not Tisea size, right? Tisea is 7, but it's smaller than her.
Like a fake, like how, like fake.
Like a baby? You know, weirdly, Inquisitor is almost perfectly baby sized.
All right. You know what? Fuck. Guys, if I die of poison, then I died doing the thing that I loved. So I'm gonna charge the guy who has the weirdly baby-sized bundle. And I would like to try, I'm making as much noise as possible because I know at least that Nero is...
Cool.
I told Nero that I was worried.
All right. So do you have a weapon on you?
Yeah, I have my spear. Remember, I
assumed you had.
Yeah, because I fought Weiss. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Accurate. So yeah, you yell like, ah! And begin to run towards him. We're cut away. To some time ago, where we see Henrik. Henrik, you are moving towards your sister. We just heard Nymora whisper into your ear. And your sister is currently, hey, Aaron, just to be mean, what's one person from your list that you wanted to talk to? You can't.
No! Oh man! Oh man! No, this is not nice. It's like I had narrowed it down from like the multiple people just to the 2. Can I go from my bigger list because I know this is going to get interrupted?
Yes, you can go from your bigger list.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll say Layden.
Layden.
We'll say Layden.
Layden and some others are talking. You're engaging a very friendly conversation.
Because I'm assuming like Layden and Scarlet are both there, kind of like around stuff.
Scarlet is not there.
Cool.
I will make that a keynote.
Layden. Layden's around.
But yeah, so Henrik, you approach.
Oh, good. All right, there. Oh, Layden. Great to see you. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't. Yeah. Sorry, lots going on. I've had too much to drink today.
He just raises an eyebrow at you. Like,
Yes, Henrik.
you all right? Like,
Yeah.
you sure you're all right?
Yes. Sorry, I just need to talk to you about. I'm gonna be angry with me about it.
Who are you talking? Are you talking to me now?
Did you get blackmailed?
No, Mariella right now.
Did you get, like, if, like, kind of on the side, Layden will probably hear this. It's like, did you get blackmailed again? And I have to do something.
Yeah.
I will also say there is a group of about 12 people in this conversation right now.
Yeah, like.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying it quietly.
Layden and Mariella and a bunch of friends all talk.
Yeah, which is why I said it quietly. But
should
like,
know. I should remember that. I would have handled this.
But I'm assuming I'm
right.
sandwiched between Henrik and Layden, so it's like Layden might hear what I'm saying.
Like it's like no, it's not that bad. It but you still might be mad at me for it.
Well, a bunch of people are now turning to look at you, Henrik.
Excuse us. And I proceed to like put my arm on Henrik's, and like as soon as we start to walk away, like the nails dig in, and it's like, did you not remember any of the decorum lessons?
I did, but then that's kind of out of my head. Again, the thing about me has been very true. So, two things. One, have you seen that more around here lately? She might have tell me something and seemed sketchy. Yeah, I feel it. She's fine. Just gotten spooked by. But there is something actually that might make you mad at me, I think. And it's not, but it is.
We need to be private?
We are,
or at least find a more secluded portion as like we're walking through the room.
Oh, I totally thought you already
portion of.
Yeah, I'll be pulling like her away. I'll be walking with her away, like to like one of the hallways, hopefully. People, but yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you before you heard from someone else, and things got miscommunicated already. There's apparently a rumor going around that I'm.
You're what?
Yeah. I started it. I was being with her earlier, alone for a little bit.
Her who?
I don't want to tell. Ashella, I was talking to Ashella, what I thought was privately earlier. She was asking me if I wanted to favor. I was trying to tell her respectfully no. Recording.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
How, after everything you've ever said
I
about
know,
Shella, could you have put yourself in a position that rumor could have happened?
Oh. She got me alone for a second and we were talking. I thought privately she asked me to do something to wear her favor. And I thought we were alone and someone, I guess, might have seen us. Or she might have told someone.
Seen you do what? Just turn down her favor? There wouldn't be a rumor if you turned... I saw you were not wearing anybody's favor, so...
No, we were
it wouldn't have happened if you... What did you do to distract her from that? Henrik?
I just like everything left. I just convinced her that I promised her something else.
You giving some sort of a promise and somebody seeing is one thing. They would have to hear that, which means they would be fairly nearby. What did you do?
I'm
Because I'm starting to get the feeling
Yeah.
that I'm supposed to clean this up. On the first day you're being recognized as a man, your sister has to deal with this.
I know I messed up. I'm trying to fix this. I just don't want you to not know about this because I feel
Then
like it
tell
would...
me what you did.
I kissed her, and that seemed to distract her and to not caring.
Oh God.
Henrik, when you say you kissed her, from just a very short distance away, you hear,
Fuck!
I see. Could I check to see who the heck it is?
Yeah, if you're like, hey, peeking around the column is Constance.
Thank you.
Okay.
So not as bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know this is private, but like,
we'll talk later.
Lord,
I'll do like
gosh.
a symbol. I'll probably do like a symbol that we have of like we will talk later.
yeah. So she nods, and then like,
And it's like possibly like spot who the fuck else is, and like I drag it further out.
She curtsies and walk by and like nods at you, Marilla, and she just fucking stares at you, Henrik. She's just like, like in almost disbelief of just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I proceed to like possibly like
Yeah.
if there's like a doorway out or like somewhere like even more secluded, because obviously this isn't my brother did not pick a more secluded location.
Yeah.
I was trying to guess it somewhere.
There's essentially like there's a better term for it, but there's a gate guard office pretty close to the entrance of the main room. It's real small, but like, yeah, you could just,
Awesome.
It's a door you can close.
Yeah, we're going there.
Sure. Let's do this now. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Get him in there. And I start like mini pacing because this is not a large office.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So
You don't have to do anything, Mari.
I am
want
just very shocked that within the course of how long we are now courting a couple of scandals now with you and blondes.
That's a fair
women
point.
That have somehow I have had issues with. One has been most recently resolved.
Yeah. That has been an unfortunate coincidence that seems to keep occurring. Yeah, I apologize for that.
Not enough to not do it.
Listen, Mari, I wasn't even planning on talking to her the rest of the day. I know.
So yes, you're telling me now. What are you hoping I can do about it? Because obviously, I am something that can help resolve issues. I was able to help you with whatever issue you had with Issue Lannister, because he informed me that somehow I was a prize of some sort of blackmail, which means I was some sort of payment, so then you didn't have to do something. And now tell me, brother, who is now a man, what are you hoping I can do for you?
Ow, that hurts so much.
And like on the last one, there is like a finger point jab.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah. I know I messed up, and that's not the way I wanted to start. I guess I was just going to ask if you had heard anything.
Have I even remotely heard of anything? Do I need a roll for something?
Crap.
Whoop.
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Serena is now in charge. She is the narrator.
Serena, congratulations on your promotion.
Congratulations.
I am now the lord of the house.
Oh no, she's been demoted back.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Very,
That-
very sorry to hear about Teacher dying, but you know.
I was ready to be the Lord.
But
I'm so
anyway,
ready.
is there anything like for me to
Have
roll
you
to see
heard? Have you heard
if
anything?
I've
No.
remotely heard anything? Okay.
No, you haven't heard anything yet.
I have not heard anything yet. Although now I will obviously be listening out to this.
So that's good. Was something small. I just heard it because Mother told me someone else had told her. So
That's not good.
No. I was trying to gauge seeing how much this had spread, which I don't think is too far, but still, if Mother knows about it, then some other people must as well.
How did she react? I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together in my mind of if it came possibly from Clarissa or a servant, or if it was like maybe a guest. So like that's going on in my head. And Tony, you can gauge if I have to roll depending on like how Henrik has like described this shit to me. Go ahead. Yeah, Mariella asks, it's like how did Mother like come and tell you?
She seemed curious. She doesn't know about Ashella. I think she actually thinks I might like her.
In what sense did she not know? She approached you with this rumor. She would know the name associated.
She didn't tell me.
She did, Henrik.
Okay.
Yeah, she told you that
Lord Hightower.
Lord Baylor Hightower told her.
She heard it from Lord Hightower.
Oh, that's very not good. All right. So
I know it's not as bad if that's just the recording. That's not the end of the world for me or Shella. If you and I, our mother, and now Constance knows.
Oh,
that could be bad.
You think that this won't? This rumor either has to be superseded by something else, or be completely proved unfounded. Otherwise, yes, there's a problem. Imagine if that rumor, rather than Ashella, was me. Do you then know what the implications are? And what
I know. That's why I'm trying. That's why I thought maybe you had heard something already. But
no.
Okay, then I will.
They hide that from hosts all the time. They like gossiping behind our backs. Look at when we were at the Ashfords. They were, with the exception of Ashella, because Ashella makes it her business to know everything. Lord Ashford would be the last one to know many of the rumors going on.
Fair.
If I hear something tonight, I will try to mitigate it. However, I suggest, since you are, by order of Thorsten, not allowed to do many activities now, since you are not able to participate in the hunt, possibly we can deal with some of it directly then, if not try to find something else that could be a bit more, shall we say, interesting for this group.
I think that is probably wise. I'm just... It's useless to fact who started it, but I'm still trying, because it probably won't do anything.
I will recommend next time, just take the favor.
I know in hindsight it probably seemed easier to do. Probably smarter, but...
Right. Well, I think we should probably get back. I think we've covered a lot of what could be within a short span of time without being missed.
True. I actually is bothering me with something with Nemora. go in with you. And you're not gonna leave the. We're in like the
there are
dining
things
area.
that I
We're
wish
all
to
hall.
do which would keep me within the hall.
Okay.
Does that
Good.
help satisfy you?
It does. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. And I proceed to leave.
I'll explore my sister. And
I don't wait for Henrik. I just
That's
I just go.
Mhm.
All right. In that case, if she seems angry with me, I'm gonna let that off. Contemplate my bad decisions for the day that I've made. My first bad decisions with man. It's really nice. He meant that. Did I see what direction my Laura went? Because that really did bug me. I think it's Henrik.
No.
Okay. No one
You
else.
have no idea where she is.
Okay. I might try to find one of the guards then. I'll see if I can ask around.
There are you don't really notice, but there are a lot of guards. You don't remember them all being there, but there's a lot now. Several guards all around the hall.
Okay. I don't want to ask this random guard. Do I see like Nero or like or John or like one of our higher up guards?
No, not on duty around here, no.
Okay. Ask from the guards. Yeah, I guess where my more is. So I don't think I would know for certain if like there's. I don't think I would like click for me in my head. It was like more guards. Something's up, but I don't think I know. I have no idea what. I'm just like, okay, something's a little weird. She's the last person I talked to, so screw it.
So what are you doing?
I asked one of the guards if they have seen Dimora. Or
Yeah, they tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
All the guards down here are like, no, my lord. They have no further information than that.
I asked them if something. Oh, they have no information. Do they know if something's? I asked like, what's with the change and like, because I've definitely noticed there's a lot more of them. It's like, is something? Yeah. Is there anything?
Just precautions, my lord.
Mm-hmm. Anything myself or my parents need to be aware of? And look at them.
Lowly guards you've literally never met in your entire life or never even addressed literally go, not that I'm aware of. My lord, I'm sure if there's something you needed to know, you would know it. Not that I would know, my lord. Looking down.
Yeah. Very awkward. Guard number 3.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, I guess the safe place for me now is in the dining area. I'm just going to keep an eye on. There's probably a lot of doors and entrances and exits, right? I don't think I can. There's one specific. Yeah.
There is one in all of those respects.
Okay.
Those doors, you have no idea where they go because, as the heir of the house, you've never been through
our castle we've described is fucking huge. So yeah. Okay.
You've done this to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your architecture. Now live in it.
Fuck.
It's a statement piece. Shh.
Yeah. I'll still remain in the. I'll see if I can find a spot to mill around, still shout at people, but like somewhere I can at least get a good. Like I see most of like the room. I obviously can't see like obviously if I can have.
There's kind of a raised dais area generally where your family would hang out, like they're sort of up there. So yeah, you can just go there, but you're not going to see anything that you don't really see from other places necessarily, besides more tops of people's heads.
Okay.
It all seems good and chill, except for the fact that you caused a massive scandal, and so that I think was on your mind. Unless it does. Unless it doesn't. Does it not?
No, it does. It does. It does, but sadly, and like I can't believe we're here at this point again. It's lost some of its effect, but it's gained more back. It's like, this is the second time.
You didn't impregnate anyone. That's true.
But that's very true. Technically, I didn't the first time, but we're slowly heading down.
Well, like the
you
offense,
still have the same problem.
But the offense is maybe not. It's like it's just a tad lower, but who it's with is way worse.
Yes, that is the balancing of this situation.
Henrik, the bar is so low.
I'm just gonna make it. Yeah.
The results of its first infidelity socially could be very bad, like, oh wow, you impregnated someone, but the actual end results wouldn't be that horrible. The sort of reversed here. But yeah.
I'm just okay.
Are you like
go around the room?
All right, you're just milling around, not looking or doing for anyone in particular?
I'm gonna keep an eye out for my sister, like I more said. Also, like my parents.
Sure,
I'm
very spot. Anyone else?
The stupid question I asked if anyone seems suspicious at the party. I don't know if I want to purposely spot anyone. Laden.
I mean, yeah, from what you know, Aaron, without metagaming, nothing is wrong. Everything is great.
I feel like I'm already being too metagaming, but yeah, there is like twinge in the back of Henrik's mind. Yeah.
Oh, I get that. There's something maybe a bit up, but there is also a Shella.
That's true. That's more the pressing matter right now. Do I spot a Shella, by the way?
Would you like to try and spot a Shella?
I would.
Okay. Please make me an awareness test.
She appears behind you.
Oh,
hello.
6.
In a pile of silk and tulle.
Your awareness rolls.
It's true, right?
I got an extra die. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, I know, bud. You look around and you're like, why there's so many blondes?
I'm seeing the multitude, and I think it actually might be a turning point for Henrik. It's like, you know what? There's more blondes in the sea.
Well, the ones my sister hates. They are definitely the most unique hair color in this group, but there's more than one, so your brain is confused. You're just like, damn it, oh shit. Yeah, you're not sure. However, you do hear someone come up next to you, and go, "You're beginning to sweat, Henrik." And you recognize the voice. What? No, it's not.
Sorry.
It's
okay.
It's what is it? What's his fucking name? Orton.
Oh shoot. Okay, I was like, all right, I can narrow it down to 3. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
He goes,
sorry.
Are you all right? When your mother excused me earlier, she had the I've committed homicide smile on.
Right, that's familiar. No, used to it. Yeah. No, not doing great. First day as a man, didn't really succeed on all fronts that I wanted to, so that's a bit disappointing. But
I've yet to hear of a man who has.
Yeah. I was looking for someone who I don't really want to talk to. But for some reason, I think it would be good to know where they are, I suppose.
Who? He kind of looks at you and he goes, "You obviously need not share anything with me, Henrik, but seeing as I am any form of comfort in my life to your family at the moment, I am very eager to try and pay back that kindness." But if you wish me excused from your presence, I shall.
No, it's fine. Okay, I believe him, but I'm gonna see if Henrik does, or what's his vibe on this guy, or on Orton. And because I think it'll vibe check, and because I think it would be fun to roll another awareness roll to see how shitty I am again.
Awareness, empathy, yeah.
It's just awareness for me still. Vibe check.
10.
10. I mean, you've never really been able to read Orton Lugas. He is a very withdrawn kind of a dude. But there is the fact that he called you Henrik and is looking you in the eye.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like he's like, and the fact that he has talked to literally no one at this party, or probably what you definitely understand, no one will talk to him besides your family. He seems pretty like, you very much get a vibe of, I want to help. It's not like I'm socializing.
it's an earnest feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry if I'm a bit.
He also radiates Spy Master vibes very intensely.
He does. Yeah. I'll apologize to him. Be like, it's funny you offered similar help to me last time. That time was my family's judgment and my own fear, I suppose, that stopped me from taking up your offer. And I, in some ways, regret that. In some ways, think I made the right decision, and not at all because of you as a person. I think just the way it's like.
You were looking for someone, my lord.
Yeah. Also, if you've heard anything about Ashella Ashford.
I mean, I could tell you some things I've heard about Ashella Ashford, but if you're
I am interested in those things later, but yeah.
He goes, but if you're looking for her, she's right there. And yeah, you see a group of people, some older people. She's holding a glass and she's talking and laughing. She looks gorgeous as usual. Her style is very forefront of the Reach fashion. She has no sleeves on. She looks almost like the fashion diva version of like the Oracle at Delphi status, you know.
Nice.
And she has like sunflowers in her hair, which are very heavily associated with her family. And she's talking, and she looks like more adult than you guys. And sometimes you have to remember that Ashella is actually older than you, because there are many times she can seem very small and hello and delightful, and there are times she seems much older than she is. And this is one of those times. But yeah, after Orton points her out, you see her quite easily. He then kind of looks at you and goes, "It does seem there is something on your mind." I'm not. It's not as if I am doing much here besides repaying the kindness of your family. If you need help in some endeavor, Henrik, even if it's small, trust me, my pride, which was once higher than it is this day, has lowered. I am a lord in name and very little else.
Yes. Yeah. I would actually appreciate your help. I think this is something you, as much as anyone, especially people in my family who I don't wish to get involved with more than they already are, would be quite good at handling, I suppose. Are we kind of like is a lot of people surrounding us right now? Or?
No, you're kind of more on the edge, which is why Orton saw you, because that's where he is.
Right, okay.
Yeah, people overhearing you is very unlikely at this area. Seeing you, yeah, but overhearing you is very different. Yes. Unless you're gonna kiss him.
He can handle a sword okay. I gotta see him ride a horse before I make any further judgments on that. And like maybe he takes his shirt off when we together for a bit, and then I'll make judgment. But then, no. Alone, sort of together. Yes. So I trying to quell a rumor about Ashella and I that got started that we are courting, which is untrue. However, something that could have given her that impression, or someone who saw us that impression. I don't know specifically if it was her that's starting this or someone else, but.
Well, if you want my advice in that regard, I say the easiest way to start is by talking to Ashella. And he nods as if I know he knows that's not what you wanted to hear.
It's not. It's really not.
But finding out how it could have started could be good. In most of other aspects of this, while I'm sure I could, I don't know how much your family would enjoy my deeper involvement, and I don't wish to make anything more awkward. But if there's some other task or something else that weighs heavy on your mind that I could go fetch you something, or I don't know, find a servant for you, that I could very happily do.
You're right up here. Advice is not the best I would like to hear, but still very much appreciated. Cool. I guess, God, I don't want to do this. I guess I'd go talk to Ashella.
Sure. Okay. Also, I just want to make sure it was clear, because I know you were still bugging about the Nymora thing. If you wanted to have Orton try and find her, that I was sort of giving you an out there.
Thanks well for that. Actually, and I had a question, or actually rather a request. I've been searching for Nymora. Do you remember her?
She smiled.
She got knighted.
Yeah, I remember Nymora.
Thank you.
In his mind, he's like, I literally came out to her. Like, I literally had a transcendent evil.
We're buds. We're buds.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know this, though.
Yeah, he doesn't say any of that, but he's like, I do remember her.
We're pen pals.
We've definitely
Henrik's
written
mine. I was like, remember that tall, kind of dwarvish-looking woman with the spear? Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, when we're tall, yeah, that's what usually gets people. I'm trying to find her. But
would you like me to try and find her?
Yes, please.
What message would you like me to give her when I find her?
It's a specific message. I suppose just check if she's all right. A little frazzled last time I saw her.
Very well. And he just backs away from you and leaves. All right, and you go to talk to Ashella. Clarissa! What?
The fuck do you want?
He has cut us all of us so hard. Bailey, be ready.
You enter the ballroom. You notice there are more guards here now. There's like twice as many guards in here than when the last time you looked. And you're like, okay. But you do see Vivienne, and she has gone back up. She's standing on her dais, kind of looking around, talking, being like the hostess, center of attention. But you know your lady incredibly well, and you can know there is some storm within her mind that is brewing. And you know, Nikathraus said that you needed to speak to her, and there she is.
How confident am I that these newly hired servants won't ask questions?
How confident? Well, That's a good question. I'm gonna say very, very confident. I'm gonna say very confident.
I'm gonna steal like a cloth napkin or something, and wrap up the Weirlight that I still have in my hand.
Yeah.
Completely cover it, and I will grab a servant and tell them to not open it and put it on my desk.
They nod. So yeah, there's like you actually have to like call for a servant. They're like most of the servant. There aren't a ton of servants in here anymore. It seems, which is not weird. Like it's like all right. You like walk down the hallway and you're just like Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, he runs up. He'll take it without question. He goes, of course, and he'll just run upstairs.
All right. Hopefully, I didn't send that man to his death. It's fine. I don't care. Yeah.
Ma'at.
Yes,
that's the spelling.
And you are heading towards Vivian?
Yes, I would like to blend in though.
Then why don't you give me a stealth blend in roll to not have anyone notice you re-enter the party.
16.
Disgusting. Yeah. People are drunk and really high and several other things. So yeah, you just at one point like your father looks you in the eye and is just like
nothing. Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Yep. And you approach Vivian. Now, Vivian, you have since returned to your state, waiting for Clarissa to arrive. Your husband is within arm's reach of you. Did you want to try and bring him up to speed? You do know Tidrick, even though when drunk, we talked about this, Ken has a really weird talent of being able to sober himself pretty instantly.
Understood.
Sober himself, but
okay. Yeah, I don't think he would want our son to be forced into marriage that he doesn't want to be in. So yeah, I'll let Tidrick know that of the situation.
Grab your husband's arm.
Yeah, I think I'll play off like because I feel like our reputation in the Reach is that we are the one couple that is very much in love, and so
your public displays of affection between you is like pretty normal at this point.
So I'd like to use that to just like pull him away so that people don't overhear or into our conversation. And I'd be like, my love, a situation has developed. There's a rumor going about that Henrik and Ashella Ashford are courting officially, and Henrik is not at all. I don't think he's interested in that happening. The result of such which, if the public is confronted of that, more specifically, Lord Ashford he will force Henrik to marry Ashella because to save her honor. And if Henrik refuses, the outcome of that is catastrophic.
Yeah, Tidrick, you do have a flashback of the Battle of Ashford and Lord Ashford literally killing like 7 men by himself after his horse got killed, and him killing Robert Baratheon's cousin, who was known as the Battering Ram, and you're just like, like, and him just blood raging next to you, and you're just like,
So, to avoid a complete divide of the noble houses, I have already sent our son to his sister and hoping to find out the center of this, and I'm talking to Clarissa after that. I am hoping that perhaps you could keep Lord Ashford entertained, or keep an ear out. You have a way with the men of the Reach in order to see if any rumors have gotten to them, and if they have, to circumvent them. I want to, and if not, that is fine. I will handle it, my love.
Whatever you ask. Yeah.
Of course. I want to avoid this as much as possible, and if we can, then our son will be courting Ashella Ashford officially. That, if all else fails, then we can save ourselves that way.
Of course.
But I did not want to keep you in the dark about this.
definitely go and find Lord Ashford.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Tedric, you head off to find Lord Ashford right as Clarissa just appears to your side, Vivian. You only notice she's there once she announces herself.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just walking ahead. Whether Clarissa decides to like settle behind me or be her usual or walk behind me. I know she can hear me no matter how quiet I talk, given that she's a spook. Yeah, I'll tell her. Henrik has sparked a rumor that him and Ashella Ashford are courting. I'd like to find out where this started and who saw them.
Yes, my lady. Are Ashella and Hendrik courting?
As far as Henrik has told me, no. They are not. He just kissed her, and someone saw.
Yes, of course.
I've sent him to speak with his sister to talk to Ashella to see where this somewhat started, but Ashella is a woman of the Reach, so I'm not sure if they will get much out of her. I would like for you to see where the rumors have sprouted from, perhaps, and hopefully find out who saw, and from there we'll see how we can silence them.
I will use my channels. Question. Did you order the Rise of Gods?
No.
Alright, I will ask Tedric then.
Alright. I have other
see you
things
soon.
to... I have other...
It was very Vivian. All right, very nice. So, Clarissa, how would you like to tackle this?
All right. First, I think I'm gonna stay blended in. I'm gonna take a bit of a lap, and I'm gonna listen for anyone talking about it. And then second, I need to find Claude. So those are my two missions. I'm listening, and I'm finding Claude.
Listening and finding Claude. Understood.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get fun. If you want to try and just overhear something, that's going to be, awareness notice. It's going to be a higher tier. If you want to try and coax rumors out of people, then you can use either deception or persuasion. That will be a lower TN. How do you want to come at that?
You really don't want to talk to people, so I would like to just overhear it.
Sounds good to me. Then why don't you give me that roll?
All right. 25.
I'm sorry, it's not high. No, yes, you do it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's 3 degrees of success. Yeah, 3. Yes,
only 3.
So you, I told you it was higher, but talking was 9, and overhearing is 15. So yeah, you're fine. You blending through the crowd as a emerald ghost. You move through this party, and you begin to overhear small snippets. It really hasn't spread far wide at all. It seems like this is not wild yet. This is in its infancy, this rumor. And it doesn't take you long, and you're able to figure out where this knowledge came from. And you it doesn't take long. It takes maybe 5-10 minutes for you to sort of work your way through. Of like, where did you hear that? Like, I believe Lady mentioned something, and you just sort of follow that trail, and you're able to find out the person who seems to. They don't seem to be spreading the rumor, but it seems you've overheard as it comes up. They seem to mention it. when they're like talking positively actually about Henrik and Mariella, and it is Lady Melanie Tarley, who is Randall Tarley's wife.
Yeah, I redouble my efforts to look for Claude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can find. I'll just let that roll. Yeah, you find Claude. He's talking with several people. They're all near the. They're actually not in the main hall. They're in the parlor area. They're all kind of lounging around places. Some are on the ground. Todd. He's telling a very witty tale. Everyone here seems to be eating out of the palm of his hand.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I walk in and I want to make eye contact with him and then just kind of like gesture and then I walk out.
Sure. 2 minutes or so go by and eventually he does appear. His hair is like definitely out of sorts and he's just like, and he just sighs and he stares into your eyes.
And she just kind of like, are you sober enough to tell me what you know about the Tarleys? Particularly the wife.
What, Melanie?
Yes.
She used to be a part of House Rowan, another major house of the Reach. The woman is obviously compliant enough to make Randall Tarley happy. I know she is obsessed with her own children, very overtly doting and protective of them. Have you seen their eldest, Sam? It looks like they just open him up and stuff chickens into him. And apparently she has been fighting with Randall to not let him learn swordsmanship because he's just a baby when the boy is 8.
Not going to go well for that child.
No, yes. From what I understand, she's very, very protective of him. It all came from this strange superstition, apparently. She what the fuck was it? Oh, yes. A Bravosi soothsayer, when she was a girl at some event in the capital, told her that she would never sire children. Which, and on her first husband, she did. But she, for some reason, believes it was because she prayed to the seven and all that stuff. So she's very protective of them, believing that prophecy is still a thing somehow. She's fairly superstitious, from what I understand. She's I don't think she's very I mean, she's as educated as every young woman has, but some pursue more in education, some less. Melanie. Well, you've met Randall. I don't think an intelligent woman could really hold a conversation with him.
Yes, that's very fair. How do you think she's intelligent enough to? I don't know. Is she cunning enough to set up a plot?
Loaded question.
He like thinks, and he goes, I would severely doubt it. I don't think so. It's not really her style. She's a very large fan of complacency. It seems she is very happy where she is, and I've never heard her pining about going to a place or seeing a new place. Sometimes it's like, oh, I would love to see the narrow sea or something. She's never once mentioned anything like that. She only ever talks about her children, honestly, ad nauseum. To a very disgusting degree. They just had a girl, and oh my, will she not stop talking about her. But the Tarleys, from what I understand, Melanie also admires Vivian.
Oh.
Seems to like Vivian. I know that. I always make note of that.
You understand how loath I am to share any information that I do not have to, so I trust you will also understand that this is to be kept completely quiet, Claude.
It's adorable that you still talk to me that way. And he just like reaches down and somehow picks up a drink you did not see and drinks. He goes, very well, cousin. We're in your castle.
I haven't even told you what I want to keep quiet yet, Claude.
Oh, have you? Oh, have you not? All right.
The Allura girl.
Allura.
It's her. Yes, Allura. The don't remember her last name.
Hightower?
That one. You know. There's a rumor circulating that her and Henrik are courting.
No. Wrong one. Ashella Ashford.
Ashella, that's the one.
Mhm.
Ashella Ashford.
Different A name, yeah.
A lot of A
There's so
names.
many.
Mhm.
Ashella Ashford and Henrik are courting. That's it.
Oh,
Yes.
but
Started by the Tarley.
what, Melanie?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she see?
That's the issue, isn't it? Ah, yes. Henrik did kiss her.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh my god, fucking he's just like the reach. All right. Yes,
the
of
religious.
course.
Yes, it's a long. Yeah, but that's all. That's why I
Oh,
was
I
asking.
see.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, of course. Wow. Well, and the problem is, I'm guessing, is Henrik is not keen on Ashella.
No, it doesn't appear so.
Huh. Shame. She could make the Weirlights great. But
I agree.
all right. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, that doesn't exactly help me out if people find that out. I'm guessing I'm guessing you're doing something about it.
Trying to. This is my second stop.
I see, and that's why you needed to know things about Melanie. All right. Well, I'm here if you want me, because let's be face it, you always need me. But if you want me, I'm here, and don't worry. Obviously, nothing. I have more trade to gain for our lands. Do you need me for anything else?
No.
Great. And he just like walks like out, and he comes back, and he just goes, there was something I wanted to say to you.
Never good.
I can't remember what it was. Before I was acting more high and drunk than I was, but I think I actually might be. I wanted to say something to you. It was positive, even. It's probably why I forgot it. And he just like turns around and leaves.
Yeah. You and Niklas would be very good friends, Claude. And she turns around and also leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go find Vivian.
You go and find Vivian.
I do.
Vivian, Clarissa just slides into screen.
Okay. Yeah, I was on my way to look for Delilah Primaris, but it seems like I won't get to. That's fine. Yeah.
Hello, my lady. I have very confusing information for you. It would appear Melanie Tarley is the one who saw Henrik and.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
She speaks about it very positively. It doesn't seem that she's using it bad. I just honestly think she believes what she's saying.
If from what I know of Melanie Tarley, is she like? Is it like she thinks it's like? is her mindset possibly with this rumor spreading, if it's coming from her, could it possibly be like she thinks it's like young love or something? And
Yeah, I mean, you could make a
if there's a role I can make for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say either like a status test or a cunning memory test. The cunning test will be lower, and the status test will be a bit higher.
Yeah.
Neither of them are particularly high, but it's your choice.
I don't have any cunning, and so if status would reputation or breeding come into this?
Reputation would be the one.
Then I would like to roll a status reputation then, if I could.
Go for it.
Okay, ready if you are?
I am ready. Oh, yeah, God, yeah.
Nice.
It's 3 degrees of success. So you, Vivian, you wholeheartedly believe she is probably just like, oh, that's so nice. Like, isn't that nice? And she's probably not under any...
It's not malicious or anything.
No, you seriously doubt it. Though you probably... The only reason she'd be saying it is probably if she saw it. Which means she did see it. Okay. That's what... That guarantees that in mind. So the problem is, from what the clues you get from Clarissa and your own knowledge of Melanie, of which you have actually spent a good amount of time with her, especially during the war. You guys saw each other like a good amount. You both were very protective of your children. And your both of your husbands were generals in the rebellion. Like it's a whole thing. In your mind, essentially, they were probably just like, she was probably just going like, oh yes, and young Henrik, he looks so handsome. I think he's gonna make a great lord. And he's courting Ashella, so it seems like the reach will remain strong in their bloodline. She's just like talking positive probably about it, but it is creating a narrative that is not the actual narrative. Yeah. Which is the problem. Something you also know about Melanie is like she's gonna in order to like confront her about this, she's gonna need to have some kind of information, because Melanie is like, she won't admit it, but she has nothing to do.
She manages proof that it's not happening, or that
not proof, but she saw what she saw, right? And Melanie finding out that Henrik's just like kissing girls could be not good, because again, Melanie is just Melanie. However, you also know that Melanie admires you a lot. I'm trying to give you a lot because you have 3 degrees of success.
Yeah. I just do.
So, but if you perhaps an avenue to quash this could be try the guise of bringing her into your confidence. You think just the act that she thinks she's sharing a secret with you might excite her enough that she will 100% do everything in her power to keep that secret.
Okay.
If it means talking to you, because you've kind of known this for a bit. Melanie is nice, but she is a little boring and not that interesting to talk to, quite honestly.
Being married to Randall Tarley, it corrodes, I feel like, some of your more interesting.
Yeah, you guys are able to talk about like when you had children, and that was,
and that's it.
That was pretty unclear, though. You were a little like, oh, because like you only really breastfed your children, like only like your first children, and then the rest were just wet maids. And you only breastfed them for like a little bit, and then you just turn them on to wet maids. You're like, I got the experience. Off you go now. I have
and I'm done.
Where she's like breastfed all of her children for maybe a little too long. and
That would explain the plumpness of her first son, I think.
Yeah, she won't shut up about Sam. She won't stop talking about how perfect and like no, he wouldn't harm a fly. I mean, I just want to shower him in gifts, and like she just yeah. There's a lot of extra attention given to him. So yeah, she's a little boring. You've never like been. You're friendly with her, right? And you were like, oh, of course we're friends. But you, as Vivian, wouldn't be like, I'm bored on a Saturday night. Who do I hang out with? You would never in your mind say Melanie Tarley.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can. I can form a fake.
And Vivian, there is like a moment of like, you are kind of one of the cool girls of the of the social estrada.
I'm blonde. My husband's rich. I got it made.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're thinking about the reputation of Melanie, you're just like, and that all just sort of floods.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. And that kind of floods to your head.
Got it. All right. Very well. I will speak to her, and I could possibly get her to stop spreading that rumor.
Is there anything else you'd like me to do in the meantime?
Not that I can think of at the moment. I'm sure I'll come up with something and I'll have someone find you.
As always, my lady. And I will turn around. I want to find either Cedric or Nero, because Cedric is off talking to important people.
Yeah, so your gaze covers the entirety of the domain, and you don't see either of them.
Bad news. Very bad news.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, do we have like a command room for medieval times in these parts? We do? Yeah. Okay, I'm headed there.
All right, you begin to head off there. Quickly.
Yes.
Nymora.
Hi.
I'm
gonna throw my life away.
So you are charging a man with a baby?
Questionably holding something that he has presumably taken from this household, and thus it is under my protection.
So what are you trying to do? There are 3 men in front of him. They are all armed. What are you doing?
Is there enough a room for me to like dodge around them, or are they filling the hall?
They would be filling the hall.
Okay. How big do they look? Are they all like slender, wayfish people?
I mean, the clothes don't help identifying them. It's hard to tell. The guy you wrestled, you were definitely physically stronger than.
Okay. Do I think I can just barrel through them?
You could. You might get stabbed with poison knives while you do it.
All right. So that's not an option. All right. So just take out these 3 guys first.
Yeah. Basically, the answer is yes. You probably totally could do that, but they would get the chance to stab you.
Also, I would die. All right. So I don't care about the people behind me for right now, as I'm just going to focus on getting through these ones. All right, I'm going to stab some of them.
You're going to stab?
Yeah, I'm going to, so I use my greater action to close the distance.
Sure.
As I very quickly open up my combat sheet again. And I can still just stab one of them, so. All right. Just gonna stab the closest one.
Yep. Stab a guy.
Just stab.
Yep. Lunge. Stoob.
Thinking in my head. Thank God I let that woman convince me to wrestle with her out in the fucking training grounds, because otherwise I would be in here wearing a dress and nothing else.
Yep.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank you, Weiss. I will thank you later. And spear. And then
17. Cool.
Hang on. +5.
+5?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my extra die.
Okay. Yeah.
I
So
hit
what?
good. That's all I do.
Oh, 22. Cool. Cool. It's the target number is 6. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean you crit them. You didn't roll any 6s, so nothing extra happens, but
No, but
yeah.
and my
Christ.
base damage is 4.
So that's 4 degrees of success. So 4 times 4 is 16. You stab your spear through this man's throat and pull back, and he crumples to the ground dead.
Excellent. All right, and then I'm just gonna.
They're assassins, and you are a mercenary knight. In a fair fight, they do not have a great chance against you.
And now I'm about to be dogpiled, so you know.
There is a distinct possibility. Yes.
Yeah, I took one out. Remember me.
Remember me. Yes. Indeed. Remember you indeed.
All right. And that's what I can do with my
Great. 2 men behind you are throwing stuff at you.
So can you explain to me how dodge works as a specialty?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's very confusing, to be strictly honest. But from what I have interpreted it as, you can use a lesser action to declare you are dodging. And while dodging, you essentially get to add your bonus dice in dodging to your combat defense.
Okay.
That is, from what I understand, how dodging works.
Okay.
But you have to use a lesser action to declare you are dodging.
Okay.
So
all right, good to know.
That is the thing, from what I understand. All right. Okay. So they're throwing stuff at you. Shashow.
Knives.
So one guy. Ho.
Yeah.
And another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One guy, he hits you, but it sticks into it doesn't go fully into your hard leather. So it doesn't hurt you. However, the second guy unfortunately does deal, it would be 6 damage minus 3, so 3 damage. And then I'm going to need you to make an endurance resistance test.
Thankfully, okay, so 1, 2, 3, and an endurance is just straight for me. So 9.
9. So hold on. Which poison is this? Okay, so with a 9, it's, you didn't roll good enough for nothing to happen, but it does very much matter what you roll.
As we have learned from Vivian.
So you immediately gain an injury.
Okay. Cool.
As you feel boom, boom, like you start to feel a little sluggish and weird as the knife kind of it just grazed your arm, but you immediately are like, oh, and you're like, the tip of your tongue goes a little numb, and you're like, that's not good.
Cool.
You begin to feel a little woozy.
All right.
If you had gotten 3 lower, you would have taken a wound. So,
cool.
So good stuff. Yeah. So, you just feel a little like, that feels not good. The 2 in front of you are going to try and stab you. They're going to try to stab you with, stabs. They look like their daggers they're wielding aren't like throwing daggers. They're incredibly thin looking. You've never really seen a dagger like that. But you're pretty sure you know what they're called, though. They are stiletto. Yep, it's a stiletto. 1 second, sorry. All right.
My heart is hammering.
I understand.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no. Okay, it's not a crit, thank God. But it is 2 degrees of success. So they deal that would be 6 damage. However, stilettos have a pierce of 2. So your armor only subtracts 1 from it. So you take 5 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me. And I am going to need you to make another endurance test.
11.
11. Okay. Good. Unfortunately, you take another injury.
Okay.
I will say if you got a TN 12, you would have nothing would have happened.
Okay.
You take 1 more injury. And you feel the dagger kind of bite into your armor and your side, and you once again feel like, and my tongue feels weird, and and it's starting to, your vision is getting a little strange on the edges. You know there is something in you. And
come on, one more stab.
The next guy, that was an insane roll for that guy. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Another insane roll. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take another injury to.
Sure.
Actually, depends on how much you roll.
Well, so it's gonna be 5 damage to you.
Yeah.
They have pierce too. So.
Okay. So that'll be my 3rd. So I have to take a wound, right, to negate everything.
Yes,
Okay.
because if you take an injury to negate it, it lowers it by equal to your endurance.
Okay.
So it would lower the damage by 3, which means you would only be taking 2 damage.
And I have 1 hit point left, so.
Well, then, yeah.
Yeah, so but when I take a wound, does it erase my injuries?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool.
The injuries were given to you by poison.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you suffer a wound, it gets in there. Because you suffered the wound, I'm going to negate the poison effect of this dagger for this round. So you don't have to test against poison. Because this guy basically stabs you in the same wound, and it gets deeper, and you're just like, okay. And now you're starting to hear a tap, and you see blood is dripping onto your boot. Like, oh, I'm leaking now. The 3rd man kind of looks around, and he says in Dornish to the man holding in Dornish, just goes, I think after you kill her, grab his body and we have to go. And you definitely see his dialect of Dornish is like kind of weird. I don't think you've ever met, like, you've only really run into coastal Dornish, really. Some minor interactions with Sand Dornish, but they were common folk. So, but these guys, their accent's a little off to you. Okay. You just point, and when they say his body, you see the guy you knocked the fuck out. Or sorry, the guy who died. Excuse me. He poisoned himself. And he begins to move away. You still see him. You see him going down the hallway. You're in a point where you have eyes on him still. He hasn't disappeared. He's also not running. He's just like kind of walking a little. Looks like trying not to make a ton of noise. Yeah. You're up.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I literally do not care about these other guys. I really only care about their ringleader. But if I try and leave to go after this other guy, they're all going to stab me at once, I presume.
Yes, because there's only a lesser action to stab you, and I will tell you, the 2 guys in front of you use their extra lesser action to if you move past them, they get to stab you, essentially.
Okay.
a held sort of action. Because they can technically stab you twice every round, but they're specifically trying to keep you here.
Okay. Fuck.
Yeah. Assassins can do a lot of damage in a really short amount of times, but if you breathe on them, generally they die.
Okay. I do the most damage even wounded with my spear, and I can't. All right, so I'm gonna have to stay here and deal with these guys. So I'm going to stab one.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna change my fighting to a 6 so that I don't have to keep rolling that extra one.
Go for it.
25.
Yeah. And you roll.
I have the injuries and the wound clicks.
I know. He just dies.
Uh-huh.
You literally just flick your spear out. It cuts through his neck, and he dies so fast.
All right. And then it is I'm gonna attack the other guy.
Yep.
My other one. 21.
Let's see here. How many 6s? 1 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just calculate here. He's dead.
All right.
This time you bring it back and hit the butt of your hand into his stomach. He drops his knife, and as he falls, you drive the spearhead down and you just pierce it right through his skull, kick his head off, twirl the spear, vomit out the side of your mouth, and just you've killed 3 men in the span of seconds.
Is it a free action to just scream as loud as I possibly can?
Actually, no.
Cool.
In Game of Thrones, talking is in fact a lesser action.
God fucking damn it.
I know, right? It's such a dick move. They really don't want you to
Game of
cry out
Thrones.
for help.
All right. Well, at least I said before that I'm trying to be loud. So
you are.
I did establish that. All right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set for the next ones to come and try and kill me.
Okay.
I can take more wounds, motherfucker.
Sure. Yeah. So, it is at this point, you hear sounds like someone's coming up the stairs. Very quickly. Do you turn to see? I'll be nice and say that the guy isn't just gonna suddenly disappear without you looking away from him.
Yeah, like just really quick, just like that.
Cool. So you see coming up the stairs, you see a servant holding a bundle, but you also see the party planner guy, Nikathraus, and they looks like they came to investigate, and they're now like just staring horrified at like the blood everywhere and all the bodies. There's a guard. There's so many assassins, and unfortunately, in between you and them are 2 other assassins. And the 2 assassins turn to look at them.
They have a choice, as they can let them go, or they can try and kill me.
Right. One of them immediately throws a dagger underhands a dagger at the servant.
Oh man, why couldn't it have been Nikathraus? I bet you Nikathraus is fucking fine. Wouldn't that be great?
All right. Yeah. Matt's dead.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Yeah, that's a dead Matt right there. That is 2 degrees of success. He is dead. Yeah, he goes into his throat and he goes, and he drops, and whatever he's holding sort of rolls out of his hand.
Run, Nikathraus, run.
The other one turns to Nikathraus and says in Dornish to him, "The plan hasn't gone according to what we planned." And Nikathraus' really weird accent disappears, and he sounds very purely coastal Dornish. And he goes, "You were supposed to be the best money they could buy, and you can't even handle this. Everyone is drunk downstairs." And they gesture to her. And unfortunately, the guy, he's using his turn to talk to Nikithraus, so yay, talking takes turns. And so then Nikithraus will be like, I have to do everything. And then from under his a gracious cloak, he pulls what looks like a very strange looking device and aims it at you, Naimora.
Is it a gun?
It's not a gun. No.
It's just a Glock.
It's like, just as a full, just fucking turns it sideways. No, it is not a gun. I will very clearly tell you that it is not a gun.
It's the shadow crossbow. For
sure.
Okay.
All right. Where the fuck is it? There it is. All right. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. Whoops. Something just disappeared from my view. I'm so sorry. 1 second.
Roll 20 says no.
Nikithraus is dead. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
I told you I didn't like him. I told you I didn't like him.
Ah, there it is. Where did it go? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, 22, and I believe that is a crit with 2 levels. That means he's going to be dealing 24 damage.
Yeah, whatever you say, I have to take another wound.
You're gonna have to. You take another wound. Okay. Yeah. It sticks directly in you. Which arm are you dominant in?
Probably right. That's fairly common.
Cool. Right through, like directly through your right pectoral, and you feel it's nicked something because it's bleeding very badly. And your arm starting to feel kind of goes a little limper. And you see, look, he's going to very calmly reload. Naimora, you also notice the other guy starting to move farther away.
Okay. Am I still surrounded enough that if I try to move towards
that all the guys next to you are dead.
Okay.
You are free to go after that guy.
So it's a greater action to move and it's a lesser action to attack someone. Yep. Okay. Can I throw a knife at Nikithraus?
100%. You have throwing knives.
I do have throwing knives. So just like reach under, like reach into like a brace that's like strapped to my inner thigh or something and take out a throwing knife.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't carry poison. What do you think I am, a coward? I'm...
No, the one that the dude had thrown at you, but yeah.
Oh, yank the knife out of my... you know what? That's fucking badass. Can I yank the knife out of my bracer and throw it at me?
You can 100% do that. Yes,
that's badass. All right,
1,000% do that. Yeah.
All right, so this is
marksmanship throwing.
Yeah. What the? Jesus. Okay.
Yikes! That is unfucking fortunate.
Yeah, it is.
You You pull the blade out, throw it directly at him, and you see Nico the Razor immediately pull the crossbow up, and it just hits the crossbow, and he kind of pulls it out and drops it to the floor.
Yeah, I hope it breaks your fancy crossbow, you fucking asshole. I'm going to go after the guy.
So as you say that, he kind of takes you. He goes, "I don't know what you're saying. I do not know what you're saying, love, but I hope they're good last words." Because you realize you're going as your mouth is starting to lose. You're starting to lose full control over your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's you. You threw that at him. What do you do now?
Okay.
That's one lesser action.
That's one lesser action. And Nika Thraus and the other guy are farther away from me, right?
Yes, they are.
Then I screw them. I'm going after the other guy, and I can move fast.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right, you begin to trudge after that guy. Absolutely. The man with the thing. He looks like he's running for a door.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, so you begin to move. Rounding the corner behind you, you see Nico, the Razor, formerly known as Nika Thraus, who best skill is his deception. Pulls kind of reloads the crossbow, because unfortunately if he wants to move and reload, he's got to use his whole turn, because he spent one of those turns talking. So he's just walking after you, reloading the crossbow, bringing it up to aim.
The King of Thrones rule set giveth and it taketh away.
It does. It giveth and it taketh away. The guy sees you're coming after him, sees Nico, and that is just like, shit. And he turns, and he's gonna try and throw. He's gonna
How many wounds am I allowed to take?
Equal to your endurance.
Okay.
If you take more, you die.
Okay.
So
I can take one more.
You take one more? All right. So yeah, this guy is going to throw a throwing knife at you.
Nope.
9! Wow. Garbage. Just throws it at you. You just kind of slap it out of the way with your spear. And he looks like he's going for a door. And you've definitely literally never been in that room, but your brain is going off like you know what that room is. All right. Hold on. Oh shit, I have a counter. Hold on. Wow, I am the worst DM. Okay.
No, you're not.
Thank you. Okay, wow, hilarious. Nomura, behind you, you hear the sound of someone dying. It's not Nico, but Nico definitely stops and turns around. And coming around the corner with a stiletto, looking around like eyes wide as fuck, hypervigilant, you see Orton.
God, thank you. Oh, fuck. My boy.
And Nico looks at him and he goes, another noble brat will have to put down. And Orton says nothing, but does look at Nika Thraus. And hold on, so he can. Is it? He moved. He has fluid footwork, so it's move. So I've never used his combat ability that he just got.
Oh, he leveled up. Good for him.
He did, yeah. Since you guys made him a lord and kept him in power and all that stuff,
Oh, nice.
he got some more skills. He can. That's awesome. All right, he's gonna try. He's not quite a duelist, but he can try. And yeah, so he is going to try and stab. Unique thrust. Where are you? There you are. Found you.
That's like a tiny little crossbow, right?
Yes, a Legion crossbow is a very small crossbow. Because an actual crossbow does like a ton of damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hand crossbow in D&D. It's a little bibby. It's a little bibby damage.
Make sure that Mariella gets the crossbow.
I mean, yeah, they're like illegal here. I will say they're illegal here. But y'all are rich.
Screw the rules. I've got money.
Screw the rules. I have money indeed. Yeah, so I mean he's gonna go for it. Yeah, he hits him. Is that? Yeah, that is exactly 2 degrees. So he does extra damage to him. So that's -2. So that's 4. Oh no, but it's 2, so it's 5. Yeah, and it's one of their stilettos. So it's got poison on it. So yeah, that means my dude has to make a roll. Sorry, 1 second. Yep, Nico the Razor. What is your endurance? What's your endurance, buddy? That's about right.
1.
No, it's not 1, but it's not great. 8. Yeah. So he suddenly feels really bad as stabs in the side, and he goes, "Oh, what the?" And yeah, you literally see as Nico like pull the crossbow up, Orton does like a weird maneuver where he almost slides his feet on the rug, dips underneath, and like backhand stabs like the side. It looks very practiced.
Mm-hmm.
And Orton pops up. But you know Orton well enough where his very calm face very much belies of holy shit that worked. But Inigo not dead, but very injured now. He's like, oh, fuck.
For flavor, I try to say that's really sexy, but what comes out is
indeed. That is indeed what happens. Yeah, great. So
blood
you're up.
Out of me.
You're up, Nymora.
Yeah, this guy, is he through the door? Is the door set behind him? The
door is open, but you see him clear.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my great yeah, I'm gonna close with him. Yep. And I'm going to stab, but I am trying not to hurt or anything whatever he's carrying.
Yep, I've already put that into there. I have assumed that.
Thank you. Okay. Spear.
Go. Yep, and that's a crit because his it's 6. 6 is his combat defense. Again, these guys don't learn to fight. And that is an insane, more than enough that he has 6 health. That is something like near 20 points of damage. It is ridiculous. You just stab him, and I'm gonna say because it's a crit, the bundle around him falls and you catch it. And it opens up. And yeah, you see a baby.
Is it a recognizable baby?
Is it Valena? I don't know. Is Nymora able? Do you think could recognize Valena? She has dark hair.
Yeah.
Her eyes are closed right now. She's just like she looks like undisturbed about everything that's happening.
Okay. I will say that I think that considering how much Nymora loves the kids,
Sure.
if there's an argument to say that she would probably be better at recognizing Valena.
Sure.
I also will say I'm heavily poisoned.
You are heavily poisoned. It might be if Valena is the only baby that should be in this house that has dark hair. So
it is.
She has a lot of hair, which you remember Valena having a lot of hair. She came out the womb like full head of hair. So
good on her.
Yeah. So
all right. If this isn't Valena, it is still also a baby. So I'm happy with that choice.
Yep. So you've killed that guy.
Okay. And
Nico the Razor. You want to?
What is this room?
It's the nursery.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck yeah. That's why. Okay.
Vivian very much wanted it not near it used to be in the family apartments, but she moved it after Garrick was born.
I think I just I just set Valena down on, or Valena, whoever, I think that even if it's not Valena, I think in her head it probably is. Just because
that's kind of everything you can do right now. You're holding a baby and you're like, baby.
I'm like, this is, the baby that I have to protect. I'm going to set the baby down a little further away from me, like away from the body. And but I have to go murder Nika Thraus.
All right, so you've basically done everything, and you're just holding the baby at the moment. We're going over. Nika Thraus is going to attempt to kill Orton. Which, I mean, let's see. Hold on.
That's a number of ones.
It is a number of ones. I know you're Orton, where the fuck you go? I know you're fighting, your combat defense went up. Is it that high?
He's hiding because he doesn't want you to kill him.
Okay. Hold on, the sheet. All right, so no, unfortunately. That is exactly enough. That's his combat defense.
Did Nico also take an injury from poison since he rolled an 8 on his endurance?
He did. I didn't input it, so that means it's a -1, so that's an 8, so it doesn't hit him.
Yes!
Yay! Way to go.
The dice are giving Orton plot armor. Yes.
Apparently, that could have been really bad because Orton does not have a lot of health. So he flicks it, and then Orton blocks with his own, and they just begin knife fighting. It's just very the rumbling. Though
snapping with the other finger.
Possibly. All right. Orton's gonna try and get this guy. He hopes. Shit. Wow. It's really good. 2 degrees of success. Yeah, which means yeah. He just plunges the dagger up Nico's throat into his head, and he just goes like,
oh, we're never gonna learn anything.
Orton was just fighting for his life, and he's
I'm proud of my boy.
He's not skilled enough to disarm to take down an opponent.
I'm proud of my boy.
And he definitely falls with him and rolls off of him and gets up. Just blood all over his outfit, and he's just like, I hate that I'm getting used to this. And he like looks over at you and is like, "Oh, Naimora," and you're like,
I think that he looks over me as like I looked back to see Orton fighting Nikathraus and just like then just sat down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna curl up around the baby until someone else gets here.
Yeah, Naimora, I'm gonna say you pass out. You have what, full wounds?
I have 2 wounds.
Oh, good.
I have 2 wounds and 2 injuries and 1 hit point, and I curl up around the baby bleeding, and I'm going to go to sleep.
All right, sounds good.
I hold the baby to my chest and just like,
All right, cool.
okay, if they try to take it from me, I'm going to kill
And
them.
at that, we're going to take a break. This has been a roller coaster. Let's see how everything downstairs is resolved. And I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Come back in 15 minutes, get a break, a well-deserved break of some water, bathroom break, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in a bit.
Praise the 7.